So he's not going to be super perfect. But what we'll go to is I'm going to tap him, pull. This is all suppling. Whoa. Good boy. We're going to reinforce whoa. Now, had I started this horse from a youngster, what I would have done there when I reinforced whoa was tap him on the chest between the legs. I did not start this horse as a youngster, so that might elicit a little bit more of a response than I want right now. Because you know that some finished halter horses, you get a little bit of that in the chest, and they can get a little defensive. So, just for demonstration's sake, and I'm asking him to absolutely overdo it. That's why he's blowing his legs right now. And I'm not going to get after him too much for it, because I'm asking him for a lot. Good boy. Good boy. Pressure. Okay, right there, that was a very good example of another form of pressure. When I'm presenting a horse, and this is definitely a finishing technique, but that was just a good example, so I want to touch on it. Me standing in front of the horse is a form of pressure, and it will be applied in varying degrees. When I walk into the horse, that's on our scale of 1 to 10, just let's say about a 7. Back, 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 back. That gets a little bit more. Good boy. I didn't have to apply anymore. Good boy. Removal of pressure. I'm not in front of him anymore. So now he can drop out, relax, chill out. When I get in front of him, we apply pressure. He responds appropriately. Good boy. When we're starting to develop this is going to be the pressure and removal of pressure and pressure and removal of pressure. Same exact theory. The pressure on a finished horse becomes interpersonal distance. This lead is about 6 feet long. I want him working with 6 feet of interpersonal distance, essentially. And I'm going to reinforce that with my voice, raising my arms, and tap with the whip, whatever it takes. So another form of pressure that is going to lead to actual collection on your finished horse. Okay, now we're going to take those last 2 theories that I just gave you, and we're going to combine them. So we've got him coming forward from the pressure under his chin or on his pole, depending on the pressure you've got on him. And you've got him backing off from the pressure I'm applying with my body. So you have got 2 distinct zones. The body is going to be backing off, while the neck is going to be coming forward. This is going to happen simultaneously, and it's a balancing act, obviously, because you can't split the horse in 2. So what you're getting is a strong engagement of the body by pushing him back, with a release and a shaping of the neck by him releasing from the pressure under the chin. That sounds a lot more difficult than it is. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Essentially. So I'm going to try and get him to give kind of a finished look. He's a good boy, so he will. I'm going to use a little longer whip. Here again, trying to maintain an interpersonal distance. Boy. I'm going to pull him forward, maintaining the same interpersonal distance. Whoa. Get the step, we'll push back, and pull forward. When you're starting, you're going to get little teeny. You'll notice that I'm not in front of him anymore, so he's cool, he can do whatever he wants. When we start doing this, we're going to ask for little glimpses of that kind of cool look. 1 second is great, 2 seconds is awesome, 3 seconds is, Joe, just get out of the face and go head. And we will build and build and build and build. So, essentially, that is the theory in a nutshell behind training a halter horse. There's all kinds of little issues that can go awry. Here again, we've got a fabulous pupil, trained to death, magnificent horse who tries really, really hard. Some other areas that a guy might want to bear in mind is the lateral movement that we started with the pulley this morning. Same thing, because on a halter horse, they're usually prettier when they're moving. So the best looks you're going to get are usually right when they've stopped trotting. So we like to be able to get them to move quickly. So that when it's going to be our turn to show in a minute. Oh. See, and there's the expression that we were talking about earlier. Oh. Separation, pressure, and release. I removed the pressure from his chest, and I kept applying the pressure to back him up. Okay? If I had stepped into him and held onto his face, that would have been unfair. So there again, application of pressure, removal of pressure. When I'm working on pushing him back, I'm going to let go of his face, giving him that out, giving him that place to go, that opening. When I'm working on his neck, I'm going to be pulling him forward and not pushing him back. Then when we go for the look, that in essence is a form of collection. That is bringing both ends together in a stand-up. So your theories from top to bottom and what we've been discussing here today are all the same, with just varied applications. And you will see, just for a fleeting second, that body going back and that neck going forward. That's pretty darn good for a Western horse who hasn't done this since October. This is great.